Hi, I just thought I'd make a short video on makeup brush hygiene and how to keep them clean. Some makeup brushes do cost quite a lot of money and we try to keep them as long as possible. One of the best things to do to help that is to actually give them regular washing. But the main reason for cleaning out your brushes is hygiene on your face, your skincare. Can you imagine you're rubbing these brushes on your face every day, picking up makeup, grease, dirt, and then the next day rubbing it all back in again. That will lead to a build-up and breakouts and blackheads, etc. What I do to keep mine clean is I use baby shampoo, and I pour some in a little dish like this in my bathroom or sink in the kitchen. And what I have is one of these mats. As you can see, it's got lots of different textures for different shaped brushes, and it's got suckers on the back. So what I do is I sit that on the side of my wash basin, generally in my bathroom, and I half fill the bowl or part fill the bowl with warm water. Then what I do is pick up my brushes, dip it in the bowl of baby shampoo, and then depending on the size of the brush, I'll then give it a swill on the mat. So for brushes that are quite fine, I will pick something that's quite fine textured. For my thicker ones, something a bit more robust, a bit bigger. And I generally just give that a swish on there, and you'll see all the makeup coming out. And then I'll swish it in the water, and then maybe 2 or 3 times give that a quick swish. Once I've done that with all my brushes, I'll empty the water, remove that, and just fill it out with warm water and give them a few squishes, you know, swish around in the water, and then quick run under the tap. Now, once I've done that, what I must say, don't rub too hard on the mat. The temptation is that you think the dirt's embedded and you tend to rub harder. That will ruin all the bristles. We're talking gentle swishes here. Once you run it under the tap, that will release all the old makeup. Okay, so once you finish that, what we do then is squeeze the brushes out, and we have to shape them. So once you squeeze all the water out, I generally just pull them through my hand like this, and that will pull them back into shape. And that's why it's important not to press too hard and mat all the bristles, because the bristles are very soft. It's like your hair. If you're washing your hair and you scrunch it up and give it a good scrub, then it tends to knot up. Whereas if you're washing it downwards and letting the water flow through, then the bristles stay nice and straight. Okay, so once we've done that, we squeeze and just shape them into shape. What I do then is generally I get some paper towel, or sometimes just a hand towel. I lay that across the top of a radiator or anywhere that's warm really, or airing cupboard, and I lay all my brushes out on top and then leave them to dry. Sometimes it can take about a day. It's quite a long task for me. I have about 30, 40, 50 brushes. I tend to do them in batches, otherwise I end up, if it takes more than a day to dry, I've got nothing to put my makeup on the next day. So I generally split them into 2. Once they're nearly dry, well, dry or nearly dry, I will then give them a bit of a brush up. I generally use the palm of my hand, just give them a bit of a swish and soften the brushes back up, because you probably will notice some brushes will dry a little bit stiff and pretty straight, but they're not ruined, so don't panic. Just once you've given them a bit of a swirl round, they will soon all fluff back up. Again, that's why it's important to be quite soft with them when you're giving them a wash. And that's it really. I generally try to wash my brushes once a week. There was a time I'd never wash them at all. I'd use them until they fall apart. Hence then what I've learned, that I had quite poor skin. And since implementing this in part of my makeup routine, it's made a huge difference to my skin and the hygiene of my skin. I do have a few spare mats. If anybody's interested, they can message me, and I'll see if I can post some out to you. Any questions, just send me a message. Thanks very much.